Hey folks, it is Sunday, April 10th. The time right now is 5:28 p.m. and the temperature is around 9 degrees Celsius. And I'm here at the North Toronto Collegiate Institute. And this is located just to the north of the intersection of Yonge and Eglinton in Midtown Toronto. And there's a lookout at the athletic playing field here. And for this one, I'm going to hop on the Escooter and head north and go for a ride around what's one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the city. And that is the Lawrence Park neighborhood. And I think I'll head south and cut through the Davisville Village neighborhood. And there's a look at the e-scooter. All right, I got the e-scooter powered on. So I'm just going to head out to Broadway Avenue, which is just up ahead here. And I'm going to turn right onto Yonge Street and I'm going to head north up to Lawrence Avenue. And then from there, I think I'll make a right and I'll travel through some of the residential streets in Lawrence Park. So here is Yonge. And this is north up the east side of Yonge Street here in Midtown. And you will notice a lot of shuttle buses, as I think between Lawrence and St. Clair, there's currently no subway service along this portion of Yonge. And this would only be like the 10 millionth or so weekend in a row where we've had this problem. Okay. And I hopped on the shuttle bus yesterday and went downtown. I didn't really feel like dealing with that for a second day in a row. So I thought I'd keep it local and hop on the scooter, so here we are. I was actually up on this part of Yonge last night. I swung into a Tokyo Smoke just up ahead here and I picked up a few products. And this is Sherwood Avenue. And off to the right of here is the Sherwood Forest neighborhood. There's the Tokyo Smoke on the right. I don't know if the camera picked that up. And this bus in front of me is not a shuttle bus. That's the 97 bus. Here is Blythewood Road. And turning right onto any of these streets will take you into Lawrence Park. I think I read that in 2011. According to some measures, it was ranked as the wealthiest neighborhood in all of Canada, actually. The Bedford Park neighborhood is just on the left. And it was kind of intentionally built as a suburb. A lot of the homes date back to before the 1940s, but it wasn't until World War II where I think this area really started to become more developed. There's the Alexander Muir Memorial Gardens on the right. And this is the Burke Brook I am passing over. And this is St. Edmunds Drive. There's a look into Lawrence Park. It's not a terribly warm day, but it's not all that cold either. I went out this morning and it was only 3 degrees. So it's certainly improved. There's Limpstone Avenue. And this park on the right is known as Lawrence Park. So I'm going to turn right here at Lawrence Avenue. And Lawrence Park is bound roughly by Yonge Street to the west and Lawrence Avenue to the north here. And I think Bayview Avenue to the east and to the south by the Sherwood Forest neighborhood. All right, so I'll pick one of these streets coming up and I'll make a right-hand turn. This is St. Edmunds Drive. And you can tell if you look at the street view, or not so much the street view, but the satellite view of this neighborhood, it definitely looks like a planned suburb. It doesn't follow a strict north-south street grid. So this is Weyburn Crescent. There's a big new home. And it's for sale. I don't have my scooter in its fastest mode and it's kind of struggling up this hill here. That's okay, we can get a better look at the homes. And this is Limpstone. I think this one kind of goes in a circle around Mount Pleasant. There's a few roads that surround Mount Pleasant as sort of a giant loop. All right, let's go left here. I don't see any street signs. Dinnick Court, I think, or Crescent. That would be Pote Avenue on the left. I didn't really think this one through. I just thought I'd come here and ride around this neighborhood for a bit. So this would be pretty much the very northeast corner of what you could define to be Midtown Toronto. Look at that home. So this is Mount Pleasant Road. This cuts right through the heart of Lawrence Park. And I am on St. Leonard's Avenue. And this is Dundurn Road. And I think it was back in 2011 when the average home price in this area was about 2.1 million. That's probably more than doubled since. And I remember riding my bike through here, just kind of exploring a few years ago. And there's a stretch where it looks like there's a bike lane, but it's actually a sidewalk that's been painted onto the street. Let's see if I can find that. This is St. Ives Avenue. It's a really modern looking home. And if I get to Bayview Avenue, I'll know I've gone too far. Everyone got together and decided to make their houses all the same color. This street here is Mildenhall. I think this might be the street with the oddball sidewalk. Yeah, here it is. So this is south on Mildenhall. What I could guess happened is that at some point it was deemed that this street needed a sidewalk to be added, and no one wanted to give up their apron space on their lawn, so the city just kind of compromised and painted one on. There's a Chestnut Park Realty sign on that lawn. They tend to deal with a lot of high-end homes. So this is weird. It's really tempting to ride in this lane on the right here. This is Stratheden. So this road comes to an end at Blythewood, just up ahead. And I think there's a really neat looking home just here on the right. Look at that. It's a very interesting design. And this just curls around and kicks me out at Blythewood. That looks like ancient ruins there. Actually gonna pull into this school loop here. I want to crank up the speed on my e-scooter. And this is Sunnyview Public School, junior and senior. I'm thinking I might go south on Mount Pleasant Road up ahead. I want to have a bit more speed at my disposal. And there's a big hill coming up as well. There is Blythewood Public School just on the right as well. So we're heading down into a ravine right now. There's the Burke Brook sign. I don't think there's too many residential streets you can take north-south here that'll sort of cut through everything. Like I mentioned, it was designed very much as a suburb. So I'll turn left here at Mount Pleasant, and this will take me through Davisville Village. All right, I think we got the light. So this is south on Mount Pleasant Road. And this street recently got a new surface. It is nice and smooth. This is Sherwood Avenue. Once more, I passed this when I was heading north on Yonge Street. No access to Bayview Avenue. That's common, especially through higher-end residential neighborhoods. They've done a good job of cutting off a lot of the streets, so they're limited to mostly local traffic, for better or worse. And this is Broadway Avenue, so this is right where I started this. Well, not exactly right, I was more to the west of here. There's the Northern Secondary School on the left. And the old Roehampton Inn straight ahead. That's a hotel that was converted into a homeless shelter during the pandemic. And I don't quite know what its status is right now. And that is the same e-bike that I have. Those things are everywhere. The Roehampton Hotel. Well, if I were to guess, I would say it's still functioning as a shelter. And this intersection is a mess, much like Yonge and Eglinton, as they're currently building an LRT station here for the future crosstown Eglinton LRT. And now it's into Davisville Village. And Mount Pleasant goes south all the way into downtown. Here's Sudan Avenue. So off to the west here, you have a rather vibrant commercial strip along Yonge Street. And to the east, you have another one along Bayview, through the Bayview Leaside neighborhood. There is Millwood Road. And here is Davisville Avenue, right at the corner of June Rollins Park. Or at the corner is June Rollins Park. So I think what I'll do is I'll head down to Merton Street and we'll ride across that. And then I'll come back up and we'll check out Davisville Avenue. This video is going by a little quicker than I thought it might. And someone was asleep at the wheel there. All right, here is Merton Street. And just south of here is the Mount Pleasant Cemetery. And it was right around here last year during the pandemic Well, I got myself an underground haircut. I very much needed a haircut, and salons weren't allowed to open. So I found someone who was a stylist and was out of work. And I met them. Not sure if it was legal what we did, but I don't really care. I needed a haircut. And they needed work, so we made it happen. I think just up here on the right, the Girl Guides of Canada have their headquarters on this street. Running parallel to Merton to the south of here is the Beltline Trail. And here is Yonge Street. For a block or so, we'll at least get to be in a bike lane. This is Balliol Street. And you know what? I don't think I've ever recorded along this part. And as you can tell, there's a lot of rental stock in this neighborhood. And a lot of these apartment buildings actually have development proposal signs on them, as their owners try to cram more buildings onto these lots. And that's happened to my building as well. That sign there says your speed 23. It's actually picking me up. That's pretty cool. Let's turn left here. And I think we might catch a neat glimpse of the Midtown skyline. There it is off in the distance. Well, you can't see it too well, I guess. And this is Davisville Avenue. I'm going to turn north onto whatever street this is. These are some bumpy roads. And this is Millwood Road, and this road will actually take you all the way through East York if you followed along. And we found the single-family homes and Davisville Village. Got this nice park here separating both sides of the street. I think this is Bellsize Drive.
I don't know.
And it's back to Yonge Street. So that's pretty much mission accomplished. I just wanted to go for a ride around Lawrence Park and this part of Midtown. There's the Line 1 shuttle bus. So this is north on Yonge Street. I was hoping the lady in that Mustang would see me. She was kind of just pulling out without even looking to her left. I just decided to turn along Manor here for some reason. Maybe what I'll do is I'll bring this one back to where I started. The street here is Manor Lane, but it says no exit on it. And here is Redpath Avenue, so I will just take this north. So the next street north of here should be Eglinton Avenue. There's a new building on the right, the Whitney. It looks like there's a new tavern going in, the Harp Tavern. That spot used to be a Golden Griddle once upon a time. This is Roehampton Avenue. And here is Broadway. This used to be a two-way street, but it's been converted into a one-way. And the street just south of here, Roehampton, also used to be a two-way street, but that was also converted into a one-way heading in the opposite direction. That sign is picking me up at around 27, which is about what I was going. And here we go, back to the start of the ride here at North Toronto Collegiate Institute. There's a look over at the playing field. Kid just booted a ball into the school. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this ride, starting here, heading up through Lawrence Park, and then down through Davisville Village. Let me take the camera off tilt lock here. There is the e-scooter. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and if you wish to support the channel, there's links to Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description, and I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there's also a link to PayPal. And even though it's 9 degrees, my hands are pretty cold. Let's see if I can flip the camera around here. All right, thanks for watching. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you on the next one.